Okay, to make your lineup card, the first thing you want to do is go to your league's webpage. On that league webpage, the top link under See Also is lineup card. Click on the lineup card and the program will move you to your lineup card. The first thing on the lineup card you want to do is enter your team name. If you do not have a team name entered, you will not be able to send in your lineup card. The next thing you probably want to do is move players between sections. You can move players from the starting order to the bench, or the bench to the starters, or either one to the farm section, or from the farm section to the starters or bench. To move a player, you simply click on the drop-down menu at the far left end of the line number. You can move a player on the farm system to the bench by clicking bench. You can also move players within a section to a different line. Once again, use the drop-down menu at the far left. So if you want to move Andrew Jones from the first line of your bench to the fourth line, just click on the 4, and he is now down on the fourth line. For American leagues and combined leagues, you want to have 9 players in your starting lineup versus right-handed pitchers, and 9 players in your starting lineup versus left-handed pitchers. You also need a DH. If you want to change a player's position, you simply erase whatever's in there and type in whatever you want, or you can just add to the position that's already there by typing. So if you want to have a player be eligible at 2 positions, you could just type in dash first base, and now De Jesus would play outfield or first base. For the steal column, you just either use Y or N. Y means that if it's a steal appropriate situation and the player tried to steal in real life that week, he'll steal for you. N means he will never try to steal for you. There is no steal column for right and left-handed pitchers. The steal column is the same for no matter what pitcher you are facing. The bunt is simply the earliest inning that your player will sacrifice bunt if it's a sacrifice bunt situation. You put a dash, that means he will never attempt to bunt. The pinch hit column is the one that causes the most confusion. If you put a number for a player, he will not come out of the game for a pinch hitter. If you put a dash, then if you're behind late in the game, that player will come out of the game for a pinch hitter. The players on the bench during that game that have a number will do the pinch hitting. Because some of your starters may be on the bench for one game because they do not have enough at-bats to start that game, you need to give your starters and your bench players either a number or a dash. It's simplest to just consider the starters and the bench all as one section for purposes of the PH column. You want to give your best batter versus right-handed pitchers a 1. You want to give your second best batter a 2. So on and so forth. Your worst batters, you want to give a dash. So if you want Scudero to be pinch hit for late in the game, you would give him a dash. Same on the bench. The players on the bench that you want to do the pinch hitting, give them a number. The players that if they're in the game, you want to have them come out, give them a dash. Once again, you need for American League and combined leagues 9 starting batters versus right-handed pitchers, 9 starting batters versus left-handed pitchers. For a National League, there is only 8 starting batters listed. The pitcher will automatically bat 9th, so you only want to have 8 starting batters versus right-handed pitchers and left-handed pitchers in a National League. Defensive subs, you can list a player as a defensive sub that's either on your starting lineup or on your bench. If you list a player as a defensive sub, he does have to be listed either as a starter or a bench player. You cannot list a farm section player as a defensive sub. In the pitching card, you need to have 5 pitchers listed in the starting rotation. Similar to the batters, you can move players between the starting rotation, the bullpen, the closers, and the farm system by using the drop-down menu at the left-hand edge of their line. Also, like hitters, you can move players within a section by clicking on a new line number. So Frazier's line 1 now. You could move him to line 3 by just clicking on the 3. When you are done with the lineup, you must hit the Send button to have the lineup be sent into the Scoresheet office. What the Send button does is it generates an email that sends your lineup to us. If there is an error on your lineup, for instance, if you only have 8 starting batters in an American League, when you click the Send button, you will see a red error message. If there is a red error message, that means your lineup was not sent in, and it will not be sent in until the error message goes away. The most common errors are either if you forgot to list your team name, or if you have the wrong number of starting batters versus right or left-handed pitchers, or if you have the wrong number of starting pitchers listed, which needs to be 5. When you fix the error, which in this case we'll do by making a 9th starting batter, we'll move Scudero here to the starters, and you hit send again, the error went away. And you should see this message that says your new lineup card has been saved and sent to the Scoresheet office. If you do not see this message that says your lineup has been sent, then for some reason it has not been sent and there's probably an error message being shown. You can, if you want, also just save your lineup without sending it to us by using this drop-down menu and changing it to say Save Changes. In which case this becomes a Save Only button, not a Send. However, be aware if you do that you are not sending your lineup to the Scoresheet office. So make sure before the week 1 deadline, or the deadline for whatever week you're sending your lineup in, that you have set this to say both batting and pitching, and that the send button is here, and that you hit the send button and see the message that your lineup card has been sent to the Scoresheet office. Please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.